Jill and I met through my girlfriend at the time, Dorothy Rogers, and she was working in the office, so I would actually just come over and visit all the time. And by just kind of hanging out and visiting all the time, that's how I began to meet Jill as a student here at UCI back in the 80s, late 80s.
I probably met Jill when I was a peer academic advisor, probably way back in probably 1996. Well, I can't even count that far behind now. It's amazing that it's been that long since I was a peer academic advisor, and the fact that Jill, had been there that long when I was a peer advisor.
Jill and I first met when I was a freshman, and I had been selected for SPOP staff, and I was terrified of her. I thought she was just incredibly intimidating, not because of anything she had ever done, but just because of the reputation of Jill as this tremendously important person on campus. So it wasn't really even until I became a coordinator, which was in my fifth year, that I got to know her, and I realized that she's just this amazing, supportive, wonderful person who just really cares about students. And I could have known her all along, but unfortunately missed out because I was scared.
So I met Jill back when I was a SPOP staffer during my second year at UCI. And back then I kind of just knew her as the director of orientation. She was kind of like this enigma that everyone knew, but just referred to her as like the godfather of SPOP. But it wasn't really until I saw how much the students and staff who worked closely with her respected her. And that's when I really realized, wow, she's someone I should definitely get to know and try to work with.
Jill and I met in the humanities trailers in my little trailer office that had doilies and I think a couch that was maybe here since UC Irvine started. And she was assigned to be my person to orient me when I was director of campus organizations to the campus.
My best memory with Jill was when I got to present with her at the Events Council. We did a Student Events 101 presentation, and it was the first time I'd ever just me and Jill presented together. And there was this moment where I just looked at her and I was like, you go.
Jill told me that she got a call from one of my former supervisors over in Middle Earth, Latrice Curl, shortly after training weekend, when we had to do training weekend in Middle Earth. You'll have to ask her what the call was about because I cannot tell on air.
If you don't know, Jill doesn't like to drive. She actually entrusts me driving her in the car. And anybody know my driving record? That was a bad idea. The second memory I really have is spending lots of lunches with Jill, sharing funny stories about our families, sharing things about we read about in the news, and really making that a fun social hour every day here at Student Life Leadership.
Jill's nickname, as coined by Dennis Chan, is HBIC, Head in Charge.
She certainly has left an incredible impact both to me and to the campus. And it certainly will be a very different place with her, no longer in her working capacity here at the campus, but who knows, we might be able to figure a way to get her back here or to be still working with us somehow.
She helped me create a foundation for myself as a professional. I've witnessed how she not only interacts with her fellow staff members, but with students, and how she is just herself, and it's helped inspire me to be the kind of professional that I want to be in order to, balance how to be an advocate for students as like a friend or as a professional staff member. And so, I think that's really important, as I know I'll be able to take that into any future positions I have, and I'll always remember that she's the one who taught me that.
She touches every single one of our lives, from the moment we step foot on this campus till literally the day we graduate. So through orientation, she has given us an introduction to the campus, gotten us all involved or wanting to be involved. And then for a lot of us that are professional staff, she's impacting us through the passion that she shows in what she wants to do in terms of helping the students grow on the campus. And I think for us as professionals, we want to do the same thing. And so for us, I think her big impact in terms of the campus and for all of our lives is just showing why we're all here, what we need to be doing in terms of our students, and I just thank her for just showing us why we are all in the profession that we are all in terms of in student affairs.
So I've been working with her for about the past 5 years. She's definitely been one of the people who have mentored me along the way during my first early years as a professional, and one of the people who first connected me to student affairs and got me interested in working in the field.
She was probably one of the main reasons why I stuck with my master's in counseling at Cal State Long Beach. I know she was part of some of the same professional organizations, which I had no idea at the time, and I have to give her a lot of credit for really keeping me kind of on track and in the know as far as what I need to do to be a better student affairs professional. And I think a lot of the times we see people, through the years get more tired with their positions as they go along, and I think Jill is one of those unique individuals where she's gotten more energized each year that she's been on campus.
Really early on, when my husband and I were first dating, I actually went to her for some man advice, and she gave me just the most amazing advice I've ever gotten. And I really credit the fact that we ended up kind of taking our relationship to the next level and ultimately getting married here at UC Irvine because of her amazing advice. So kind of owe her a lot for that.
Jill has always been the voice of reason in crazy times, in unimaginable times. She always seems to be able to see the perspective that sheds light on everything, and hopefully other people have seen that light. Sometimes people don't, but she's always been a guide for me in my career in student affairs here at UC Irvine, in trying to find what's best for me, what's best for the students, what's best for the campus.
She represents so much about what makes this university great, and the faith and the love that we have for our students comes from her example that she's set for so many years. For me personally, so much of who I am today is because of Jill, because of the mentor that she's been to me, and the friend that she's been to me, and just a really amazing boss, somebody that I could go to with anything and know that she's going to be there, and she's going to listen, and she's going to give me her best advice.
I always make the joke, Jill, that whenever I do a solid for you, that you owe me coffee, or if you win anything that you have to go, from that gift card, you have to take me somewhere with it. So I imagine for retirement, you're gonna get a bunch of gifts and gift cards. So I'm gonna call you on that and say any sort of gift card that you get as a result of retirement, you are more than welcome to treat me, and we'll go to lunch or coffee with it.
Well, I would just say that, what I always appreciate about Jill is her honesty. She really empathizes. She really thinks of other people. She cares. She cares a lot.
First, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being a role model, a mentor, a leader, and most of all, a friend.
I'm going to miss you greatly, Jill. I know that you're only a phone call, email away, or a Facebook post away, but definitely not having you here is going to leave not only a big a big gap in this place, but also in our hearts here.
The other day you called me your twin, and I just thought that was the most awesome thing ever. Because for me to think that you think of me as your twin, long separated of course, I just think that's great, because I have nothing but admiration and love for you, and I just thank you for all of these years that you have touched my life, and of course touched all of our lives. So thank you, and I hope you get to enjoy retirement. Love you.
I appreciate you as a person, you as a professional, and I know we're going to be in contact over the years, and just, thank you for being you.
Thank you for everything, and you're really going to be missed. Thank you.